Hello everyone, my name is Jacques, the host of this channel, Dapper Shaves. You'll hear we're back in the rainforest for another shave. Before we get into the gear, first of all, thank you for everyone that's been subscribing, liking, following and doing whatever they're doing on this channel. Really appreciate, keeps me motivated to get the stuff out to you guys. So, why do razor edges dull? That's what we're going to have a look at today and talk about, and we're also going to cover razor burn, ingrown hairs, bumps and all of the other stuff in between. The soap, Fernando, we all know how good his stuff is. I've used this one a couple of times. Nice, sweet, subtle scent on this, on the soap. The brush, a Chubby 2 in best. This one's been soaking in the water for some time. We're going to use that. And the razor is yes, a 2.0. This is what they call, Ulrich calls, for tough beards. It's got that very pronounced belly. If I turn the razor sideways, you will actually see this very prominent ridge where the belly sits, or the double concave, or whatever you want to call it. Classy made razors. It's got nice large jumps on the top and the bottom. It's an inch blade, square point, all of the things I love in the razor. Not mine, customers, and these nice dark blue scales. Very, very classy with a mirror finish. I've got some aluminum which we're going to use, and I'm going to be using Average Lane's firming neck and face cream to get rid of all this wrinkles. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to have an insert around why edges dull, but essentially at the high level, before modern technology and stuff, and razor edges being so thin, the thought was always that that very sharp apex where they come together over time actually starts rounding, and that's why it starts dulling. Guys at MIT got hold of a very nice microscope and some good lights and hairs and blades, and they did a bunch of testing. And what they essentially realized was that the razor actually doesn't become round, it actually develops cracks and chips. So you'll see this in the video. They talk about that, and then maybe on the back of that you'll have a better understanding of why that happens, but also moreover why I keep saying have a shallow blade angle. But in any case, enjoy the video. That's gonna come up, and then we start shaving. We'll talk about the bumps and nicks and stuff. So see you guys in a bit.
Steel is 50 times harder than human hair. Yet if you're a frequent shaver, your razors probably don't last more than a few weeks before they need to be sharpened or tossed in the trash.
Men report each gives 10, 15, even more comfortable shaves. Watch.
For a long time, researchers suspected this failure stemmed from the sharp tip gradually wearing down and becoming rounder after each use. But a new study points to a more complex interaction between hair and steel, involving chipping. They started with an unusual first step, growing a beard. The researcher grew a beard for 3 days, shaved it, then looked at the razor under an electron microscope. After each shave, they didn't notice metal slowly and evenly coming off the blade. Instead, they noticed something baffling: the formation of tiny cracks, then chips along the sharp edge of the blade. To better understand how these cracks formed, researchers rigged a razor and hair under a microscope to watch the cutting in action. When the hair was cut exactly perpendicular to the blade, no cracks formed. But when the blade was tilted at an angle, conditions more realistic for shaving, they saw those same mysterious chips. Changing the angle increased the stress exerted on the razor. After analyzing the blades further, they found the roughness of the edge of the razor played a role in the formation of these chips. Despite how smooth a razor may look to the human eye, the surface is speckled with bumps even before cutting anything.
Ingrown hairs. Why do hairs ingrow? Well, two things. One is the hair doesn't come straight at the skin, they grow different directions. So that's one contributing factor. The other thing is you might have curly hair. Curly hair is like this. So when it grows out the skin, it wants to come back and it's soft. And then it just keeps growing like this back into the skin, gets irritated, there's inflammation, and it looks like a pimple. So that's how ingrowns happen. The other thing is your skin creates new layers every day, and there's dead skin that needs to be brushed away or exfoliated away on a daily basis. If you don't do that on a regular basis, that old dead skin build-up stays there. That becomes hard, and it can sometimes also go over the hair and also cause it because it's hard to grow in. The other thing is, if you've got a dull blade and you actually pull on the hair, it slightly comes out the follicle and then it gets ripped off eventually, and then that hair withdraws or pulls back into the hair follicle, which means the hair is now underneath the skin. And so from there it's very easy to also ingrown. That's why we wet shave, because we cut the hair flush at skin level, and so the hair is not underneath the skin, becomes very, very difficult to ingrown. But with curly hair, as I say, that will still happen. So consider that. Bumps is generally an infection thing, so that hair follicle gets a bit of a foreign something in there, doesn't like it, it closes up, infection starts, and that's a bump. You get razor burn, and for me razor burn is caused by a lack of slickness, good quality soap, because if something can glide properly, that resistance and drag that causes that burn is eliminated or reduced significantly. Applying pressure when you're shaving is also a culprit for that, but then it's more because of the pressure that causes that than anything else. Very toothy edges, synthetic edges, very sharp ones, have got a tendency of taking off the top layer of your skin in the process, and people sometimes confuse that also with razor burn. But in fact that's skin layered trauma. Man, the soap is nice. Let's get some more water in here. I didn't load a lot. So if you've got a good proper soap, and it's well hydrated, very slick, you reduce chances of razor burn. So you just need to concentrate on your technique. So maybe on how edges dull, I'm not sure when I'm going to play it, or if I've played it already in the setup, but you'll see there a very shallow blade angle helps a lot, and that is because if this is your skin and this is the D blade, let's say 30 degrees, or your straight razor, it scrapes. That very thin, fragile edge gets a lot of lateral torque and tension, and that's why it cracks and then it starts chipping. If you reduce the angle very shallow, there's less forces on that, so there's less likelihood of that severe chipping and dulling that causes the issues. Nice hydrated lather, actually doesn't taste too bad. So I've got 2 days worth of growth, which I'm going to take off. This razor, I don't think was very comfortable, smooth. So I've run this through a progression. And so as light as possible pressure. Shallow blade angle. So definitely sharp. I struggle to feel the edge. But I've got some beard, so we will see on the second pass, but it feels smooth. So on pressure, there's a reason why we do 2 or 3 passes in wet shaving, and that is because you want to reduce the beard. You want to take off it in phases, and people have got a tendency to try take off everything in one go, and that's where pressure becomes a big problem, and where problems occur. The soap is very slick. I need to be very careful and have a firm grip. This razor wants to jump ship. So that's how you shave your top and bottom lip simultaneously, or parts of it. I've also experimented a lot. If you've got a good quality blade and you've got great technique, I think there's a lot of benefit in not skin stretching. If you see barbers, they just keep the skin firm in place. You know, you're not pulling or tightening, and they just give very light strokes. And already here I'm BBS, but Koraat sun here helps a lot. So maybe give that a try, let me know what you think. If you've got a very dense, tough beard, I recommend a razor with quite a firm blade, something very ultra thin like a Philly 14 might jump, skip and grab a bit. So just be mindful of that. here I just push the blade into my chin. We'll see if that's going to leave a mark. If it's going to weep, then it's I need to go and work on the edge a bit. But if it was smooth enough, I think I would have gotten away with it. Also, like a barber, I prefer short little overlapping strokes. And that's to ensure I cover the entire shaving area properly. It's like mowing the lawn. Okay. Very slippery, the soap. What I also like about Fernando Master Soap Creation soaps, lather is very easy, very quickly, very effortlessly. So that was 2 days growth. Cheers and goodbye. This area didn't catch, but we'll clean that up now. Very soft, very smooth. The moustache is obviously a tough area. We'll give that a fool's pass. Neck's very good. In fact, very, very good. Okay. Let's add a little bit soap. Yeah, these razors are very, very good. They're definitely one of my favorites. Ulrich Bayer from Koraat Knives, the gentleman that make these. He's an absolute legend. An exceptional razor maker. For those of you that always wanted the Philly 14 but can't find a decent one because they're $500-600, just go and buy a Koraat, man, 14. $300. You spec and tell Ulrich what you want. He's got a configuration tool. You get the razor you want. It comes shave ready. I really can't tell you how good his stuff is. These razors, in fact, I would call made flawless. I've handled a few of them, owned them, and I've got a little weeper there on my Adam's apple. It's very, very, very good razors. So enough said about that. I'm off to go and visit in the hospital today. So the mind is floating a bit. Oh, we said full sparse. I never got to that. And that, my dear friends, was a 2-pass BBS shave with a Koraat. Mine somehow likes picking up a water stain every now and again. I haven't seen it again, so I just like keeping these razors, the blade face, clean and free of soap immediately. And I've learned to just wait a minute or two before I apply a hair dryer of any form of heat to it. That sometimes help accelerate the water stain or patina. Righty, so post-shave. Post-shave for me is always with a soap, because a good quality soap would have all the lovely qualities in. Back to bumps and nicks. It is this part of the process where you want to make sure your skin is cleaned, and then rinse your face off with cold water so that that follicle can close up. And make sure there isn't any bacteria or stuff coming in. Gents also like to use alcohol-based aftershave for this. Aftershaves are nice, but they've got a tendency of drying out your skin. And if you shave daily, I don't think you want alcohol on your skin daily. So I essentially just use the soap. It's got shea butter and all kinds of castor oils and avocado oils and all kinds of good stuff in here. I haven't got my glasses on, but I know the ingredients list is very well suited to not just skin protection but skin nourishment. And that's why I put the soap on my face. I leave it there, I massage it in. It's got a lot of moisture in, and it just helps the skin to get a bit of hydration back in. And yeah, have yourself looking good. Okay, brush rinsed. This is a Chubby 2, I think it's a 27mm or 28mm. It's a very dense brush. That's why I spend extra time rinsing this brush to make sure I get all the soap out. You don't get all that soap out, you're going to end up with some of this soap residue, and that becomes quite hard and abrasive, and if you don't get that out and the bristles move, then there's abrasive particles in there and the bristle starts wearing. So if you shed bristles generally and you don't know what's going on, maybe go and have a look at your brush maintenance. Cold water, I'm going to rinse my face. And so for me, I started using a loom again on my skin. It's not a permanent thing, it's on and off when I think my skin benefits from it. So the quality of a loom is incredibly important. Just don't go and buy the stuff. It's cheap, but don't go and out on a budget when you buy this stuff. Get proper stuff, get a nice big block. Make sure it's nice and smooth. I work them with my hand before I start, and then when I'm finished, I also dry them dry. If they've got water on, they tend to become rough. So it's ran over my face, freshly shaved face. It's dry and I put it back in its cradle and I put it away. That's a loom. No sting, so that's also a great indication that the shave's awesome. I generally leave the loom on for, I don't know, 10-15 seconds, maybe 20, just so that it absorbs in the skin. It also helps, like the alcohol, to disinfect. Not that I need that, the soap did that. But a loom helps firming up the skin, at least for me. If you leave it on, you'll feel your skin becomes actually quite tight. It dries out also a bit, depending on your skin type. So I leave it on, and then once the bulk of that's absorbed, I just rinse the excess off with water. And I typically use grooming department's hydration gel with a hyaluronic acid. This one is finished. I need to open up the last one, but I'm not going to use that. What I want to use on a moist skin, as I said, it's Average Lane's firming neck cream. This should be plenty for the entire shaving area. Maybe not. I'll add a bit on there. Maybe we'll double up. I'm a bit stingy. I don't know. I get this stuff for free. Well, not for free. The missus most likely I eventually pay for it, but there we go. Skin feels good, looks great, really close, comfortable shave. Love the edge. I'll go and give that just one final step again on the progression, because I've shaved with it. Strap it and then get it off to the customer. I hope he's going to be happy. In any case, Thank you for joining me on the shave, everybody. You must have an awesome weekday ahead. See you on the next one. Cheers.